Hey, what's going on, guys? You got TLR here, and we're back on the battle spot for our new season of the battle spot VGC, because that is what we are doing today. New season just started today, and we are going to hop right into the, we're going to hop right into the fray with this team that I cooked up pretty quickly. It's not like super great or anything, but it's decent. It's got a trickery mode with Porygon 2 and Mudsdale, which is a Pokemon I actually really like because there's not a lot of good ground resists in the meta right now, so Mudsdale could put in a lot of work. Let's hope it does so in this live. We're just going to, again, hop right into the battles. Not going to waste any time. Going to be sitting right back at that 1500 rating with no battles under our belt, which is fine. Hopefully we don't suffer any connection issues, because that would be disappointing. But, you know, it is what it is. We find our first opponent of the day, Austin from Wisconsin, rocking the Tapu Lele, Garchomp, Gyarados, Aerodactyl, Muck, and Arcanine. So very solid team, two flying types, so maybe Mudsdale would not be able to put much work in here. But Kartana might, as long as we can deal with that Arcanine, which Milotic can do. In fact, since he has two Intimidate uses, I wouldn't be opposed to leading Arcanine. If I lead Arcanine Kartana, what's the worst thing that could happen? I guess a Muck lead could be problematic. I do think I want to bring my own Arcanine because he does have that Muck, and it also does well against his own Arcanine as well. So I can intimidate both of those. I can also intimidate the Garchomp, the Aerodactyl, and the Gyarados, even though those things do pressure Arcanine with powerful moves. It's nice to be able to intimidate those to weaken their power. And maybe Porygon 2? Porygon 2 does do well against a lot of his team, although the Muck can end up being a problem. Because, no, I'm okay with bringing Porygon 2. I think we can deal with the Muck even without Mudsdale. Mudsdale is my primary answer to Muck, but I think with the combination of Intimidate from Arcanine and possibly a Scald Burn from Milotic, we can deal with Muck, especially since it doesn't have the ability to recycle its berry like Snorlax does, so it won't be able to continually take hits. So we see the Muck and the Tapu Lele lead. That's fine. Now I do have the Bloom Doom on my Kartana. If the Tapu Lele's Scarf, we can just knock it out in one hit. He can't really switch into Arcanine because that would give Milotic +2. So I'm going to go for the Scald on the Muck and the Bloom Doom on the Tapu Lele. I guess if it's Scarf with Hidden Power Fire, that could be a problem because I'm not Sash, I'm not Assault Vest on my Kartana, so Hidden Power Fire will knock my Kartana out. But in a best of one situation, I can't really predict that. Most of the time, you don't see the Hidden Power Fire. Mostly Scarf run like Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast, Thunderbolt, and Psychic. So I don't want to predict Hidden Power Fire. Okay, so the Tapu Lele just protects. That's fine. We can pierce this Protect and do a decent chunk. This will do probably like 20 to 25%. Actually, no, it'll do like 25% because it's a guaranteed KO if they don't protect. So it'll probably do like 25% through protect, which is fine. That should put it within Leaf Blade range. So that's good. Yeah, actually that does 50%. Is that a crit? Yeah, that's a crit. So unfortunately we do crit through Protect, which is a little unfortunate for my opponent, but I don't think it matters too much because again, I'm pretty sure we can take it out with another Leaf Blade. He does actually reveal the Flamethrower on his Muck. That's actually able to take my Kartana out. So that's some interesting tech he has right there. But that's fine. I'm going to send in my Arcanine now. Arcanine can take a hit from either of these Pokemon. The question is, who do I want to target? The Muck's not really, now that it's at -1, it's not threatening a whole lot of damage. Here's what I'm thinking. He might switch in his Garchomp for the Tapu Lele, predicting me to Flare Blitz that slot, right? So I actually want to Scald that slot. Maybe I should Ice Beam. But the thing is, Ice Beam actually won't take down the Tapu Lele, but then again, neither will Scald. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to double up on that slot with a Flare Blitz from my Arcanine and then an Ice Beam from my Milotic in case he does want to go. So he actually reveals the Psyche MZ, yep. Psyche MZ, this will probably knock out Arcanine. I don't know if it'll knock out my Milotic though. If it does knock out Milotic, that's a problem because I definitely needed Milotic in this game. But if it doesn't even target Milotic, it's not a problem. So it does target the Milotic. I don't know if it'll knock it out. Yeah, so we do live. Milotic just proving how bulky it is. And that means we are able to knock out this this Tapu Lele, which is really nice. And what does the Muck go for? Probably a knockoff onto the Arcanine. Or maybe nothing if we can freeze it. That would be really unfortunate for my opponent, but... Okay, it actually doesn't have the berry. That's... interesting. It doesn't have the berry, but it's also not Power of Alchemy. Because if it was Power of Alchemy, that would have activated. He sends in the Gyarados, that's fine. Doesn't have Intimidate on the Gyarados. This is a very interesting team my opponent is running. What's my last Pokemon? Porygon 2? I think I want to recover Milotic. No. You know what? I'm going to Scald the Gyarados and... I could Flare Blitz the Muck. I don't know if he will, Yeah. I'm going to protect my Arcanine and Scald the Gyarados, attempting to burn. Ice Beam won't do too much more than Scald, so I'm okay with going for the Scald. Goes to the Waterfall on the Arcanine, that's fine. And we should be able to live a Poison Jab from Muck into a, Oh, he actually goes for the knockoff, but that's not even going to do anymore. So he reveals the Poison Touch. That's a little unfortunate, but it's fine, I guess. Because I can recover here, keep my Milotic alive, and switch out into Porygon 2. Neither of his Pokemon are threatening too much damage onto Porygon 2, and I do want to save my Arcanine in case he does have his Arcanine in the back, even though I do have my Milotic. It's getting pretty low, it's poisoned. Download, probably getting an attack boost, yeah. Don't have any physical attacks, so that's not going to matter. We see the Waterfall come out, that does a decent chunk. Going for the Poison Jab onto my Milotic, that's fine. Yeah, again, not doing too much. Now we're probably going to see a knockoff onto the Porygon 2 slot. I'm going to recover again. I really want to poison that Gyarados. Because even though it's not threatening a ton of damage itself, we're not really threatening it with damage. So I want to be able to get some residual on that thing. So you see the Waterfall come out onto the Porygon 2, that's fine. That's just doing a lot of damage. A lot more than I would like it to. Maybe he won't go for the knockoff on my Porygon 2. No, but he does, okay. So yeah, we'll probably go down to another Waterfall. But we do land the Toxic, and that's good. That's really good. So now it will be taking damage every turn, which is good. Unfortunately, we don't have the Fiki Berry on our Arcanine anymore, so even though we probably can take a Waterfall, it will do a good chunk. Well, we probably can take a Waterfall at -1 anyway. The thing is, do I really need Porygon 2? What could he possibly have in the back that I need Porygon 2 for? If it's Garchomp, I can just Ice Beam that with my Milotic. If it's Arcanine, I definitely want to keep the... Yeah, nothing in the back really threatens my Milotic very much, so... Yeah, so I'm going to let this thing go down. I'm actually going to recover in case he decides to not attack it with his Gyarados for some reason. I can recover up, and then Porygon 2 can live hits. Another hit. No, yeah, he does go for the Waterfall onto Porygon 2, knocking it out since I don't have the Eviolite anymore, but that's fine. Gets a Moxie boost. which is kind of threatening, but I mean, the Intimidate will negate that. Hopefully we can burn this Muck. No. It does actually have the berry, actually. It just doesn't have, it just doesn't have the Gluttony. It has the Poison Touch. Interesting. Okay. So Gyarados continuing to take damage. I'm going to send in my Arcanine. This will put the Muck at -2, further reducing its damage output. So, yeah. And again, I want to recover with my Milotic. Got to keep this thing as healthy as possible. I don't know what kind of shenanigans he could be hiding in the back. So, but Milotic does do well against the last 3 Pokemon he could have brought. Any one of those Milotic should do pretty well against, which is why I want to keep this thing healthy, right? So we protect our Arcanine, trying to get some more damage. Oh, he actually goes for the Waterfall onto my Milotic, but I can live this as long as I don't flinch. Ah, nice. So we don't flinch. That means we can recover up, keep my Milotic nice and healthy. Poison Jab goes into the Arcanine slot, but we did protect. Unfortunately, I don't think he's within, I don't think he's in extreme speed range from my Arcanine. And since I just protected, it's very likely that he'll go for the, it's very likely that he'll go for the Waterfall into my Arcanine slot. But if he does have the Arcanine in the back, then I'll get +2 with Milotic, and I'll be able to do a lot of damage to the Muck. I could go for a double protect, but I think extreme speed into the Gyarados is my best play, because that will mean it will go down to poison. Maybe it'll even kill, I don't know. Yeah, it didn't kill. Yep, goes for the Waterfall into the Arcanine. I can't live this since he's not at -1. Guess the Moxie doesn't matter because the Gyarados will be going down this turn. We're going to be able to recover, so. And the Muck is going to not be able to switch out anymore, so it'll be stuck at -2 as well. So that's good. Okay, so the Gyarados goes down. What's his last Pokemon? This is really going to determine if I win or not. Maybe, I don't know. Because I don't know if his last Pokemon can even... Because depending on what it is, depends on how well he will be able to do. Right? And it is Arcanine. So it doesn't have the Intimidate, though. Because if it doesn't have the Intimidate, we lost. So it does have the Intimidate. Good. That's good. So that's going to make my life a bit easier. Because I get the +2 special attack. If it has Wild Charge, that's a problem. I don't know how much Wild Charge will do, but it'll probably knock me out if it's an offensive set. Which, if they're carrying Wild Charge, they usually are. But I guess I just have to hope it is not Wild Charge and go for... Oh, he protects. Oh, shoot. That's actually bad. Because now I have to... Because now he's going to be able to attack with Muck. I should have possibly predicted that. Dang. Because now I'm getting low. I still don't know if he's Wild Charge, but... So I'm going to recover here. Goes for the extreme speed. I should be able to live this. Yeah, so I'm going to be able to recover. Which is good. And since he went for extreme speed there, that tells me he's probably not Wild Charge, so he's not threatening a ton of damage. Yeah, I'm going to recover again. That Muck is actually doing a lot of damage for -2. It's doing like, dang. I don't think I can actually recover enough, so I don't think I can win this game, unfortunately, because like that's doing 50, even though he's at -2. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to win this game. That poison really helping him out. If I had scalded the Muck, and he crits me there, so that poison really helping him out. If I had managed to burn the Muck, or if I had scalded the Muck as he protected, I definitely could have won that game. But no, it is what it is. We're going to unfortunately start this season off with a loss, but we are going to come back in the next battle because we don't lose twice in a row most of the time. No need to save the battle video there. Going to continue battling. And, you know, hopefully come back in the next battle. Prove that you don't lose them all, just the ones we're not prepared for. Like Mucks that are doing so much. That's kind of odd how much damage that poison jab was doing at -2. But it's fine. We see a Driftbloom Lele team. I could probably lead Porygon to Mudsdale because he's probably going to lead his... He'd probably lead Tapu Lele Driftbloom. Like, I can't see him not doing that. And I can just Heavy Slam the Lele and take it out. Question is, what do I want in the back? I want Arcanine and Milotic. That could work. Because Milotic and Porygon 2 can both deal with the Guard Chomp. The Driftbloom doesn't threaten a lot of damage. Kartana's not going to do too much when he has the Arcanine as his own Kartana plus Tailwind, and I can't stop the Tailwind. Tapu Koko does well against his Garchomp and Driftbloom, but since he almost guarantees himself, he can guarantee himself the Tailwind, right? So that means his Garchomp will just outspeed my Koko, so I'm not going to bring it. I can't see it doing too much work since it's not a bulky Koko. I'm guessing he'd be able to just kill it before I would actually be able to attack. So I'm going to bring a little bulkier mode of mine against... Okay, so he does lead Lele Driftbloom as predicted, which is fine. Worst case scenario, he doesn't Tailwind turn 1. He actually goes for the Will-O-Wisp on my... He goes for the Will-O-Wisp on my Mudsdale, which he could. That would actually be a really good play on his part, because I don't threaten to outspeed him. I can easily see a taunt coming out from Tapu Lele. The question is, do I want to switch right now or just attack? I think I want to attack the Tapu Lele. I want to double target the Tapu Lele. I can't see him protecting Tapu Lele because he really wants to. Yeah, so unfortunately he does miss the Will-O-Wisp, which means that I didn't really need to double target the Lele. It's going to go down to the Heavy Slam. So that's really unfortunate for him. Missing the Will-O-Wisp is definitely going to matter here because Mudsdale's threatening a lot of damage to pretty much all of his team. Plus, he just loses Lele there. I don't know if a burned Heavy Slam plus an Ice Beam would have knocked him out. That was the goal. That's why I double targeted the Lele, but yeah. And, yeah, I'm going to Ice Beam the Kartana. I can switch into Arcanine here, and neither of his Pokemon are threatening a ton of damage against an Arcanine. And plus intimidating the Kartana is going to help my Porygon to survive as well. Kartana actually goes for the Protect. I wouldn't be surprised if he Tailwinds here. Nope, just goes for the Will-O-Wisp again onto the Arcanine, who is immune. And Ice Beam just goes into the Protect slot. Okay. That's interesting though, seeing Protect on Kartana instead of Detect. Most of the time they do run Detect because Muck gets Imprison. It's not an uncommon move for Muck to run, so it can prevent Pokemon from protecting with that. I'm just going to Flare Blitz into the Kartana, even though... Oh, he actually just forfeits. So I guess he feels like he couldn't deal with Arcanine. I'm guessing his last Pokemon in the back was his own Arcanine in that case. Because if that's true, then Arcanine, my own Arcanine could probably just really just eat through his team. So that's unfortunate for him, missing that Will-O-Wisp turn 1. But again, that's not what I was trying to do. I did make my play accordingly. I did expect him to go for it. I didn't expect him to go for the Will-O-Wisp, but I thought it was definitely a good play he could have made, which is why I played accordingly. I made a play to hopefully have been able to take out the Tapu Lele, even if I was burned. That's why I double targeted. I don't know how bulky his Tapu Lele was though. I think if it wasn't running any bulk, I could have taken it out. And most Lele Driftlooms don't run bulky Leles. They just run max speed, max special attack with a Life Orb. That's the most common I've seen though. It's very possible to run a bulky Lele on a Drifloon Lele team. So it's really unfortunate that he missed that Will-O-Wisp right there, because that kept my Mudstail healthy, and that means after my Porygon 2's taunt wore off, I could just Trick Room and then do a lot of damage with my Arcanine and my Mudstail, who are presumably slower than the rest of his team. So again, really unfortunate. I'm sorry to my opponent. Wasn't banking on dodging Will-O-Wisp, but that's just the game we play, I guess. I can't say I'm happy about hexing my opponent, but I'm just going to go with it because I don't want to dwell on things that happen. Another Drifloon Lele team we see here. I could go for the same lead. In fact, the lead here is actually probably better than it was last time because he doesn't really have a lot of things that threaten damage onto the Mudstail. I do want to bring Milotic because that threatens the Arcanine and the Garchomp as well as the Nihilego to an extent. And I think I want to bring Kartana. Because that can do well against the Snorlax and the Nihilego and the Garchomp to an extent if we can, like, I don't know, get Trick Room up while my opponent has Tailwind up or something like that. So I do like Kartana in this matchup. I just got to make sure we don't accidentally set up Trick Room and my opponent doesn't set up Tailwind, because in that case, Kartana's going to end up outspeeding his entire team, and then I'll be the slowest thing on the field. And Kartana does not have good defenses, so it won't be able to tank hits if it's forced to go last. So, yep, we do see the Lele Drifloon lead again here. I could just switch out my Mudstail again, predicting the Will-O-Wisp. But I think I'm okay with just making the same play I made last time, going for the Ice Beam plus the Heavy Slam into the Lele slot, because again, I think even if I'm burned, the combination of these two attacks will knock out non-bulky Tapu Lele, which I am also predicting the Tapu Lele to be. Because you don't see bulky Tapu Lele too often on this kind of team. Does go for the taunt onto my Porygon 2, makes sense. Doesn't want me to get up my Trick Room when his team is so fast. Gets the Ice Beam off, does a hearty 20% looks like. And Heavy Slam, yeah, just barely misses out on the KO right there. So now we're probably going to see the Tailwind. So I'm actually going to Ice Beam the Drifloon. Tapu Lele is probably going to go for a Psychic onto something. I can't see Tapu Lele protecting, personally. But he might. But even if he does, I don't really threaten a lot of damage onto Drifloon with my Mudstail, so I'm okay with just Heavy Slamming the Tapu Lele if he does decide to go for a Protect. He actually withdraws Tapu Lele. Is the Arcanine coming in? The Arcanine is coming in, okay. I could have high horsepower that slot, but I didn't want to miss. That could have been really bad. Drops my Porygon 2's attack. That's not going to matter too much. Goes for the Sunny Day. Okay. Possibly Choice Banded Arcanine. This Ice Beam is going to do not too much since he does have the special defense boost. It does about 25%. And we're just going to be able to get some chip off on this Arcanine. Not too much. Critical hit, actually. Yeah, so that's probably a bulky Arcanine if that was a critical hit and it's only doing that much. He still hasn't tailwinded yet. My taunt is still on. Is this the last turn of my taunt? Yes, it is. So he probably is going to target my Porygon 2. I'm actually going to go into my Milotic here. Oh, shoot. Shoot, man. I thought I was switching out my Porygon 2. Oh, no, that's really bad. Not paying attention. Oh, no. Because he's going to Flare Blitz my, He's going to Flare Blitz my Porygon 2 slot. That's what I was predicting, which is why I wanted to send in my, Yeah, dang it, man. That's unfortunate. Not paying attention. Oh, shoot. And we can't even freeze the Drift in the sun, so... Porygon 2's taunt wore off. Crap, man. I'm pretty sure another thing will guarantee knock me out. I'm gonna send the Mudstale here, though. I do think he'll just attack, though. So I'm going to Scald the Arcanine. I do live a Wild Charge, unless he switches out. No, because he didn't switch out because his Driftball mode switched out first. I was gonna say if he switched that into Tapu. No, wait, he didn't have Tapu Koko. That was the last guy. That was the other guy. Gets the special defense drop. That's fine. I get a competitive boost. If he double targets me with a Wild Charge here, which he does not, I can live a Flare Blitz if this goes into the Milotic slot, but it doesn't. It goes into the Mudstale. Mudstale can live, but not very well. But then again, I wasn't planning on Mudstale doing very much this game. And with the recoil, plus the special attack, this Arcanine is definitely going down. So that's good, I guess. Alright. And what do we see coming in here? The Garchomp, okay. He's probably going to Shadow Ball into the Mudstale slot. And Mudstale will just go down. I could probably switch right into Porygon 2, actually. He could Swords Dance is the thing. Actually, no, I'm not too worried about Swords Dance, because I can just double Ice Beam next turn. But what I'm really threatened by is if he Tectonic Rages into the Milotic slot, that would take me out. And I don't want to lose Milotic yet. So, I know it's kind of weird to save Mudstale when it's so low. Maybe we should have stayed in. Gets the attack boost, that makes sense. Milotic protects. Goes for the Shadow Ball onto the Milotic slot, interestingly enough. And we do see the Tectonic Rage. I'm guessing this is onto Milotic. I can't see it being onto... I can't see him wasting Tectonic Rage onto a Mudstale that can't protect. Although he might not know I can't protect. He doesn't know I'm Assault Vest. Yeah. So we do take this. Hopefully it puts me within berry range. No, that did nothing. So not putting me within berry range, unfortunately. Oh, that's fine though. This does mean we can recover up with our Porygon 2. And he can't taunt me. I think I just want to Ice Beam actually. Yeah, because if he attacks me, I get my berry. This should knock me out, even with the special defense drop. Yeah, so my berry's going to proc, and that means I should be able to live whatever attack Garchomp goes for. Both of my Pokemon should get this. Yeah, pretty easily. My life's going to Ice Beam. This should knock out Garchomp, unless it's a very, very bulky Garchomp. But yep, no, it goes down. That's good. And Porygon 2 is going to go for the recover. Putting me at a very, very high level of health. I wouldn't be surprised if he just attacks my Porygon 2 with his Tapu Lele and doesn't go for the taunt this time. But I'm still going to go for the Ice Beam, because if I Ice Beam and take down the Tapu Lele, then his Drift Bomb can't really beat my Porygon 2 1v1. And I'm just going to switch in my Mudsdale here, let it go down to what's most likely a Shadow Ball. And that way I get rid of the special defense drop, which means I should be able to live a Shadow Ball from the Drift Blow if he goes for that onto my Milotic. So, and he can't Z move my Porygon 2, so we should be able to easily live this. I have a good amount of special defense. Yeah, actually he just goes down to the Life Orb. So now this Ice Beam will redirect to the Drift Bomb slot. And yeah, now it's just over because I sent it. I'm just going to send in my Kartana. I guess, you know, show him what my last Pokemon is. In a best of 3, I definitely would have sent in my Milotic because I wouldn't want to give away my Kartana's set. But this is a best of 1, so I'm okay with just sending this thing in and bloom dooming this Drifbloom back to where it came. So he just forfeits, yeah. So, good game to my opponent. That was 3 battles, although they were pretty quick. But the thing is, I'm probably going to be pretty busy today, so yeah, going to be a relatively short live today, but you know, 3 good battles, and that's all you can really ask for, even if one of them only lasted a couple turns. So, new season on the battle spot, should be a lot of fun. I might actually try the special battle. I might do a couple lives with the special rules. It's a one-on-one. You bring 6 Pokemon. You have a team of 6, but you only bring 1 Pokemon to the battle. So I might try some of that. If you guys are interested in seeing some of that, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely do it. But other than that, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hope you all enjoyed, and thanks for watching. So, yeah, goodbye.